Good morning, you badass motherfuckers. It's the All on Me, the morning drinking show. I'm your host, Greg. Getting back on this motherfucker once again. We getting back on here. We talking all that shit. We talking life, motherfuckers. We talking life. We doing that life. Keep saying some of y'all ain't doing life. Life's doing you. That's a fair fucking statement in this day. Life is doing you. If you're feeling down, you feeling out of control, you feeling like you don't know which way's up. You feel like, oh shit, it's already Sunday. I gotta go back to work. I gotta go do a job. I gotta go do something I don't really love doing. I'm tired of doing it. Anybody tired of doing what they do? I guess not, because y'all ain't hitting me up. Y'all ain't looking for more. You keep getting on this. But are you really getting sprung into action? Right? We getting into spring. Are we springing into action? If we're tired of doing what we're doing, what does it take for you to make some changes so that you can start loving what you're doing? Right? You can start feeling energized by what you do. Right? You can feel like what you do gives you meaning and purpose, and you almost feel like I was born for this. I was born for this, not like a misery I was born. Oh man, this is a hand I got dealt. This is what I deserve. I guess I was just born to be fucking miserable. No, man. No, no, no. No one was born to feel like that, man. To feel like shit. Maybe we were born to feel like shit, but not to stay feeling that way. That's the difference, right? We all feel like shit. People feel like shit all the time. It's normal. It's normal to have bad fucking days, bad weeks. But why are you gonna try and have a bad life? And if you look back, right, 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, right? That's the tail of the tape. As I just saw 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, right, going across. That means I know we fucking aligned. So fucking lock in, motherfuckers, because we going for a ride today. So if you look back and you see the pattern, and if the pattern isn't improvement, isn't like some struggle, right? Like when you're like truly embracing shit, like, because that's powerful. It's powerful when I could look back on the last year of my life. Holy shit, probably one of, not the, I don't know if it's the most challenging year, but it was extremely challenging. It was extremely challenging. But guess what? I now have this fucking mindset, this frame of mind where it's like the bigger the better. Let's go. Let's go, challenges. Let's go calling me at 2 in the morning talking about toilets being clogged or this being wrong or this needing to get addressed or just chaos going all around, swirling. And I'm just sitting there saying, all right, let's get it done. Let's keep moving through. Let's do everything we can in this moment, in this day, to make something better, regardless of how challenging the situation is, regardless of the circumstances. And if you look back on 1 month, 1 year, 2 years, 5 years, if you don't see like genuine, genuine fucking growth in your life, improvement in your life, and whatever areas are we talking about, right? Mental health, emotional health, spiritual health, physical health, those 4 areas. If you haven't improved how you deal with stress, right? How you deal, right, with the emotions, being triggered, you're not like getting better at handling your own shit, right? How you deal, right, with your energy and allowing other people's energy to come in your life. And then when you really get down to it, stripped down naked, like how do you feel about your body, your physical well-being, right? If you haven't seen improvement and all you have is excuses, well, there was COVID and I got sick and I had this and I had that. All of that is perfect. It was the ideal situation for you to grow, right? Because when you embrace challenge, that's when you grow. When you hide from challenge, guess what rules your world? Fear, right? Fear. And it takes courage to overcome the fear, right? And it's not that you even lack courage. You just are focused on something greater, the fear, something that is holding you back psychologically, mentally, emotionally, right? And a lot of times we actually hold ourselves back, right, from the very things we desire, right? By even using words like, man, I really want life to be better. I really want things to be easier. Or it's even the other side of that, the self-talk that says, oh, like, why me? Or this is just how it is. If it ain't for fucking shitty days, that I don't have any days. You see it. We all see it. We all see it. If I see it and I unfollow people that do that shit, it still pops through. But if it continues to pop through, people complaining, hemming and hawing that life is happening to them, that they're a victim. I got a ticket, I'm a victim, right? I got to pay for food that's like getting more and more expensive. I'm a victim, right? The wrong politician got elected, so I'm a victim, right? It's like the weather's not warm enough. I'm a victim. Like, holy fuck, this shit don't end, does it? Like, y'all motherfuckers make it like I'm a victim. The weather's not the way I want it to be. Holy shit, man. It's that crazy. You gotta find the fucking. There has to be humor in it. You gotta be willing to laugh at yourself if you're that person, right? Because we all can be like that about something, right? There's something that can get us where we want to go back to being a victim that is happening to us, that is not fucking, the exact way we want it to be and need it to be and expect it to be, right? And it's like, you know what? That's great. It's a beautiful fucking thing when you can acknowledge that the shit in your life, circumstances in your life is not exactly how you want it. Because guess what? Guess what, motherfuckers? It's time to go to work. It's time to spring into action. It's time to discover your why. Why do you even want that shit to be better? Right? Why do you want the weather to be better? Right? Oh, because I love being outdoors. Well, go enjoy some shitty fucking weather, and then you'll even have more gratitude for the bad weather, or for the good weather, excuse me. Knowing that with the bad weather, right, it contributes to the natural environment. And you're not the only fucking thing that matters in this fucking ecosystem, right? We need strong winds and storms to make our trees strong, to bring in the moisture needed for a healthy environment, right? Rain, water is essential for all life on Earth, right? Such as oxygen, right? But yet it's all about your ability to be comfortable, right? And that's what it's all about. You don't want to be uncomfortable. And then you get even more triggered and mad, psychologically and emotionally speaking. You fucking melt the fuck down when you cry and complain about shit you can't control. Because right now I'm getting hit with text, right? As a disaster response chainsaw fucking badass motherfucker, right? To go to Mississippi and help some people, right? To help some real people suffering. Real motherfuckers lost their lives. Real people have lost their homes and all of their possessions. Y'all ain't seen this shit real life, right? The only thing you're seeing is why is the weather not good enough for me to have a fucking good day today? And it's like, motherfuckers, just because of where they're living and how shit goes down, they got everything taken out. Every fucking thing, man. Life. Over 24 people. Life. But we still sitting here crying and hemming and hawing. The weather ain't right. Why is it cold? Why is it still cold? Spring. It's crazy. I hope you're hearing this shit, man. I hope you're hearing this, and I hope you're ready to fucking spring into action. But really just getting that mind right, man. Getting that fucking mind right. That there's real shit happening on this planet with people, right? And the fact that the weather ain't just right for you, right? The fact that the politics ain't just right for you, right? That, right, the prices aren't affordable enough for you. All of that shit is bullshit, right? There's one of those you can fix, right? In a way, you can't change the fucking weather, right? You can't, like, you're getting hoodwinked if you think you could change the politics. Because even if you go run for the politics, it will change you. You won't change it. Mark my words. And the food prices, right? But here's what you can change about all three of those: your fucking attitude, your mindset, positive mental attitude, right? Coming with that positive mental attitude to say, you know, I don't care what the weather is today. I got life. Holy shit, I woke up. I don't care. I'll put on a jacket. I got a warm fucking bed I woke up in. I can take a hot shower. We take all this shit for granted, right? And yet you could wear a beanie. But it's spring. It's not supposed to be like this. Right? Okay, how's it supposed to be? Tell us. Tell us how you want it to be, right? And then when you decide how you want it to be, right? Level yourself up so that you can go and travel to warm places at will, however you want, when you want, where you want, because it sounds like you want freedom, and it sounds like you got to earn that shit. It don't just happen, right? And even then, it won't be good enough. I say this all the time. Those of you that get all envious when you see people sitting on the beach, living their best lives, right? Even you motherfuckers, if we put you on the beach for long enough, you get sick and tired of the beach because you just won't be happy. It's not about being at the beach. Wherever you're at right now is what you need to cultivate your happiness, right? And like I'm saying, there's opportunity for you to grow, right? Mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically, right? That's the four fucking aspects of who we are. You need to align those things, but you also need to get mastery over yourself first. Knowing you can't control the weather, knowing you can't control the politics. You think you can, it's a delusion. And you can't definitely control what something costs you. What you can control is your mindset and what you can afford, right? If you're feeling like fucking strapped for cash, come up with a fucking game plan and make more money. To have money make money for you, right? Become of a wealth mindset. Start writing that story. Start writing the story about how for most of your life, you've always wanted to just have more stability financially. And guess what? Today's the day you're going to start down that journey. But that also means you need to start doing a whole lot of shit differently. And you need to redefine your definition to money, success, right? Failure, right? Effort, what it takes to truly be successful. This shit just doesn't fucking happen. It's not just magic, right? Someone didn't just get lucky, right? I know how you guys think, man. Oh, these people, they just lucky. They just lucky. And again, it's because you want to hold yourself back. You want to feel like you're not good enough. There's insecurity there. You're not good enough. That's why someone else is getting to fucking travel all year long, right? You did something wrong. You made some bad decisions. And it's like, bullshit. Don't worry about them. They ain't worried about you. Don't worry about them, right? And if you admire that, then you need to go inside and figure out, is that something you truly desire? Do you truly desire to be someone that has freedom to travel, right? To not worry about the stresses, to have more financial stability so you don't have to stress out about what shit costs? It's not a worry. You just like whatever, just pay for it. It's fine. If that's something you truly desire, I mean, it's in your heart, it's not in your mind, you don't just think about it, but it's in your heart, then I guarantee you, if you start to meditate on that, you start to journal about it, right? You're gonna have new inspiration, new creativity coming from what? Father, from the God of gods, right? Coming to you, right? But it's still up to you whether you're gonna act on this shit or not. Whether that idea in your head that is truly maybe the key to unlock the door to your goals, your dreams, your deepest desires becoming a reality, right? But it's going to take action. It's going to take your will, you getting the fuck up and going and making the shit happen. Knowing that you're probably going to hit resistance, you're probably going to fucking fall on your face, you're probably going to mess up because you have to learn new things, right? And a lot of people, especially adults, you're afraid to learn new things, right? Once high school was done, right? If you weren't forced to go to college, I'm done learning. I'm not here to learn. I don't gotta go to school no more. I'm adult. And this whole game is this game of life is one big fucking lesson. It's one big lesson, whether you're learning or not. You could be just like you were as a kid, sitting in the back of the room, fucking off, doodling, do. The teacher's teaching the lesson, telling you how to get to your goals and your dreams, and you're do. You're just fucking off, right? It's your time, it's your life, right? And that's it, right? The teacher doesn't fail if you fail, right? The teacher is there to present the information. The students that are eager, willing, and ready to learn, right? They're going to go do something with that. The motherfucker sitting in the classroom doodling, do, or ditching class, right? That's on you. Go figure it out, right? That easy life's a fucking hard life. Trust me. It's the hardest of hard lives. When everything's got to be easy, right? Just waiting for the next handout, waiting for the next deal, right? Instead of making shit happen, paying full price and giving fucking big tips. Y'all motherfuckers, man. So it's scarcity mindset, which gets me to the topic today. I was listening to a guy, I think he's probably the expert of all experts in terms of trauma, Dr. Mate. And he was talking about how so many, like in his opinion, all addiction, right? All addiction, whether it's a food addiction, me with a sweet tooth, me with a fucking alcohol and the weed and the drugs and the partying and the sex and all that shit, right? It was all about what? Numbing pain, right? That there is pain going on, whether it's pain in our bodies, pain in our minds, pain in our souls, right? Pain in our emotions, emotional pain. We are carrying around a level of pain. And he says this, he's like, his example is, where do you go when you get your pain numb, right? Numbed. And it's the dentist. Think about it. If you ever gone to the dentist, do they not numb you before they do like an oral surgery or any kind of a cleaning or anything serious? Right? They got to numb the pain. And so psychologically, right, subconsciously, we're doing the same thing, right? When we have a pattern that shows we have lost control. We ain't doing the do, it's doing us, right? It's in control of us. We're not getting to be our best self without it, right? And you gotta, this is all real talk. You gotta be fucking honest like a motherfucker with yourself. You can't be bullshitting yourself. And if you are bullshitting yourself, which most of you are, you're bullshitting others. Because again, it's all about acceptance. We don't want to be honest with our true desires. We don't want to allow for the shit, the dark side of us, the shadow side of us, which is not evil. It's just fucking the shit we're scared of, ashamed of, embarrassed of, right? Terrified of. It's all this stuff. You got to let it come out into the light, right? And when it comes out into the light, you can integrate that stuff and you can accept yourself for who you are more so, because you got it. That is a key to it all, man, is accepting you for you, right? Not anybody else, but you accepting you for you. I had to accept this motherfucker right there. That shit, it bugs me, man. It bugs me. But I accept it. I accept it. I accept that I can fuck up in life and that I have fucked up in life, but I've learned the lessons and I ain't gonna fuck up like that ever again. The only thing that would ever get me to fuck up like that again is if I went back to drinking, go back to old habits, let down my guard and act as if, oh, I'm good now. I'm totally healed. You know what? I can control alcohol. Fuck that. I can't. Right? And that's what sucks about life, is that when you've been building, when you've been moving in a positive direction, one setback, fuck, man, it to go down, to go back down is so much easier than to fucking climb your way, crawl your way, claw your way up to a higher fucking place. Because when you're up there, that don't mean you get to stay there. You got to continue to earn it, continue to put into work. But it's not like it's the hard, it's not like it's like difficult, challenging work. You change, your spirit changes, your mindset changes, you elevate as a person. So it's like anything. When you're watching somebody do something that's very challenging, they're making it, if they make it look easy, it's only because they've done it so many fucking times that they are becoming masters of whatever that is. And you can do the same thing. But they don't usually show the first attempts when they were fucking tripping over their feet and couldn't get it right, couldn't say it right, couldn't do it right. You know, all the embarrassing fucking beginning moments of learning something new. And most of us won't try it new because we don't want to feel like we're ignorant. We don't want to feel like we don't have the knowledge. We want to be proficient in everything, right? Masters of all things, you know? It's like, nah, man, like give yourself a chance. Learn something new, try something new. So back to Dr. Mate, right? He says you go to the dentist to get numb. They numb you before they do the surgery so you don't feel the pain. We do the same shit, right? I was doing the same shit when I was fucking alcoholic, right? That first time that I tasted alcohol, it was probably about 11, 10. But then I started using alcohol, at least on like a weekly basis, weekends, sneaking it and shit. Probably when I was like 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade. By high school, I was probably drinking alcohol, God, man, 4 or 5 times a week, maybe more, right? For sure, by the time I was uh, like junior, senior in high school, it was probably like every day drinking, right? And we used to celebrate the fact that we always wanted, as our crew, we always wanted to get to the highest of highs, which is really, we just wanted to numb the pain to the highest numbing that numbing can be, right? We wanted to stack the liquor on top of the fucking weed, on top of the shrooms, on top of more weed, on top of more liquor, on top of some sex, on top of some more liquor, on top of some more shrooms, on top of some acid, on top of some more drugs. Just like, you know, the highest of motherfucking highs, right? And if you don't think that shit fucked you up, if you can relate to that kind of raw experience, right, of partying, that shit messes us up to where we're constantly pushing our limits and we lose control, right? And I know this, right? And I'm grateful for the fact that I'm free of that right now. But I also have to check I'm continuously, right? The cycle of healing is continuously going back and checking to see if that pattern in me, right, which is sort of chronic, right, of using something to numb some pain. And I noticed it recently with sugar. Just sugar, man, fucking candies. The motherfucking candies was getting me. And it was like covering up, you know, stress, being anxious, being nervous, being uncertain, right? And saying, I need something. I need something. I need something. I don't know what it is, but it's not that I need something. It's that I need to do something. And what I need to do is sit there and say, what's really going on? When I feel a trigger that says, I really need to eat some candy. I'm really craving some candy right now, some sweets. I got a sweet tooth. No, bullshit. It's not that I got a sweet tooth. I got an emotion that needs to be processed. I got something that's being triggered there that needs to be addressed. I need to sit in it and allow it to really reveal itself to me because it's trying to get my attention, right? And I have programmed myself that when uncomfortable emotions are trying to get my attention, I want to go run to something. Well, it's time to get high, right? I need to go smoke some weed, right? I need a, I need to go eat a whole bag of fucking chips. I need to go to steakhouse. I'm craving a steak right now and a beer. I'm craving some sushi, right? I'm craving some sushi and some sake, right? And it's just like, it just kind of like spur the moment shit. It's one thing if you like, if it's Sunday today and you're like, you look into next week and you're like, you know what? I think next Saturday, I'm going to do my best this week to have really good nutrition. But next Saturday, I want to give myself a cheat meal. And so I'm going to plan a weekend ahead to go eat at my favorite restaurant, right? That's one thing. But the other is usually an impulse. And that's what I'm talking about. You get triggered by an impulse because something in your life happened that is triggering an uncomfortable emotion from your past. And you are impulsively saying, oh man, I feel like I need to get high, or I need a drink, man. I need to go to the bar. I need to fucking go hit happy hour. I'm gonna call up this friend, and even though neither one of us wants to commit, like we're gonna have sex, right? We're not committing, but I need to get that out, right? I need someone else to numb my pain. So I need to feel good about myself because someone else is here. I don't want to invest in them. I'm not willing to commit to them, but it's going to help with my pain, right? Even though you don't realize that it's your pain, but you don't want to process it. You don't want to sit there in it and be real with yourself. And that's real talk. That's real motherfucking talk, man. Is how numb do you go, right? How much external shit do you have to fucking do in order to distract you from what's really going on inside of you? The shit that really makes you feel uncomfortable about being you, right? That you can't be alone, that you can't just sit there and meditate, journal, right? Get to really understanding what's going on inside of you. Why do you feel the way you feel, right? And the beautiful thing is if it's less than what you truly want, that just says, look, there's all kinds of amazing opportunity for you to become a better version. Everything, if you feel that you're at the bottom, guess what? There's only one direction to go. Actually, I'm lying because for me to get to there, right, I kept jumping off a fucking ledge thinking I'd hit the bottom, right? I kept literally like going into self-destruct. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna jump off the ledge. And I thought I'd hit the bottom, right? I'd hit another ledge. I would jump off the ledge again. I'd hit another motherfucking ledge. Jump off again. I finally hit rock bottom. And I hope you do too. Real talk. I hope you hit rock bottom. I hope today's the day that you hit rock bottom, right? Because it's not until you hit rock bottom, or it's not until you wake the fuck up and avoid hitting rock bottom and say, you know what, I'm hearing what he's saying, and I'm hearing what my body's saying, what God is saying, and I need to change. I'm gonna do it now. I'm gonna do it peacefully, right? Because see, most of us are so fucking stubborn, right, that we gotta hit rock bottom. We have to be totally emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and physically bankrupt. Like totally fucking just. And even then, we still are so fucking stubborn. We can't ask for what? Help. That's what it takes. Asking for help, right? You can ask God for help. You can ask me for help. You can ask a therapist for help. You can ask a spiritual leader for help. You can ask anybody for help. But just asking for help is such a fucking big deal, man. Because most of us as adults, we think we got to figure it all out. We got to hide our mistakes, hide the flaws. We don't want anybody to think that we're messed up too. Right? Because that's just that guy. That guy that says all those curse words, dropping F-bombs all day, he's the only one messed up around here. Right? If that's your thinking, that's fine. That's true. It's true. It's so true. But guess what? I also think that you're just a different version of me. So if you do think I'm the only one messed up, you're really realizing that you're messed up too. You're just a different version of me in a messed up body with messed up thoughts, with messed up experiences, and really just allowing yourself to just continue to go with the flow, which is really just a pattern in life that you have allowed to become your normal, allowed to become your baseline, and it's not where you should be, right? It's not where you can be if you truly start to acknowledge yourself as saying, hey, yeah, I got to do some work. Things aren't what I expected them to be at this point in my life, but that's okay, right? I got life and I got opportunity, and it's infinite. You got infinite potential right now in this moment if you're hearing this message. What does infinite potential means? It means that you can do anything, not in an instant, but you can start down that path. And as you start down that path, willingly, conscientiously, with some intention to say, guess what? I'm going to start improving myself, right? Things will start to improve, right? You will have to deal with some shit. I do believe that, along your journey, you probably stack up some karmic debt, right? So shit's going to have to get cleared out. And that's a lot of those dark nights of the soul. That's a lot of like paying the retribution of like, fuck, overcoming some major challenges and doing it with a positive mindset, right? Saying, damn, like not melting down as to why your car broke down, why you got the fucking flat tire, why you got the ticket, why something bad happened, or just something less than good, right? As if somehow it's like you're cursed or something's wrong with you or you're being punished. You don't look at it as punishment. You just accept it because it's in those moments. Those are the moments when you grow. It's not before or after. It's in the moment that you have to show up as the other version of yourself, the better version of yourself, the one that doesn't get fucking triggered by the bullshit. The one that says, oh shit, it's happening. You're awake. You're like, oh fuck, the moment's happening. This is usually when I lose it. This is usually when I get overwhelmed. This is usually when I freak out. Let me meditate. Let me breathe. Let me have tools in my toolbox so that I can actually stay centered, grounded, and actually have some gratitude, right? That I can win in this moment, that I can win in this moment of adversity, of challenge, knowing that, man, there's some really crazy shit happening in this world. Go look at them video footage from Mississippi. If you think your life is tough, if you think you can't afford a gas, you can't afford a food, right? You don't have a big enough house, you don't have enough money for vacation. Go look at what those people, did those people not pray enough? They didn't show up to church. That was what it was, right? They didn't show up. They missed the attendance, so then they got all their shit fucking wiped out, right? Is this how we think? No. Subconsciously, maybe it's sick, right? But just knowing that, look, have gratitude that you're not in that situation, digging out of that problem, right? And that didn't happen to them to destroy their lives. I've been in the midst of that, man. I've been in the midst of the fucking tornadoes, driving in, blacked out city, anguish and uncertainty swirling in the air. But even there, you guys, there's hope. People are fucking so resilient when shit like that goes down. It's crazy. Tears are being cried, hugs are being given, right? And hope is being fucking manifested, man. That guess what? We get through this. We'll get to the other side. But there you are sitting there in your comfy fucking home, right? Carrying around all that extra weight, feeling like shit, taking it all for granted, taking everything for granted as if you're a fucking tree and you can't do something different today. You can't actually start to switch up your circumstances. Instead, you're just going to go to what numbs you out the most, right? The drink, the food, the drugs, the relationships. Why? Fucking just sitting there on the tube, watching the tube, right? Sunday, there's got to be something to watch for fucking too many hours, right? People that you don't even know cheering them on, right? It's crazy. Instead of investing in you. And that's this whole message, is just investing in you, acknowledging you, creating a relationship with you, right? I had a very powerful experience Friday, right? I'm still doing new things, right? Every day. Anytime I hear something that's something I haven't tried yet, that's related to spirituality, healing, right? And there's an opportunity for me to go try that out. I'm gonna go do that. So I was very, 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 very fortunate and blessed, right, to experience a sweat lodge, right? Native American sweat lodge ceremony. Oh man, Taos, New Mexico. That was powerful, man. That was powerful. And I'm sitting here this morning because I'm still processing it because it was so powerful. Like there was a lot that went down in that sweat lodge. Yeah, it was good. If you ain't ever done something like that, you should look into doing something like that. I can tell you that I am pretty certain I'm feeling the conversation that happened after was that it was a very physical sweat lodge. Like people that had been there other times were talking about how this one was a physical one based on their past ones, like more spiritually based or other ones. And I felt it, man. My back was killing me, which was really like in my heart chakra area. And I've been having this weird pain going up along my left leg, and it's like gone. So I'm like, I'm still processing some of the benefits of it, but it was very spiritual. It was very peaceful, nurturing. It was very, it was not to the intensity that I thought it would be, but I didn't know what to expect. And I was grateful for the leader of it. He was a great guide. And because I think we all were feeling a physical ailment. Like, and I think I even prayed about that in the sweat lodge about how we're all feeling that physical. There's something physically hurting us that we have to kind of breathe into it. Because again, we cling to the physical body, right? I'm someone, I take a lot of pride in being physically, right? Physically strong, physically powerful, physically able to do some incredible things, right? Endurance, performance. But yet it's the mental that matters, I think, even more. But it's great when you got balance. And it's that balance of not only being mentally, emotionally, spiritually, and physically strong and healthy and vibrant. And so I was grateful because I am feeling even some of the physical little tweaks, aches and pains, you would call them, maybe, to be feeling better. But then there was even a mental part to that, right? As with so much, it's getting out of your comfort zone. It's being vulnerable enough to try something new, right? To just open yourself up to being like, I don't know what I'm going to do here. I know I felt welcome to be there, and that was beautiful. But there was plenty of opportunity for me to mess up and not feel competent in what I was doing, from even just tying these little prayer beads, whatever. I'm not sure what they were even called. See, that's part of the newness. I didn't know what it was, but I just was doing it. These little prayer flag deals for this necklace we were making. I was sucking at it. It was weird. but it was okay to be new at something. And that's just because that's the human experience. If you really are living life to the fullest, you don't got to be a fucking Johnny know-it-all or a Susie, I got this, right? You can be like, hey, I don't know what I'm doing. Can you show me that again? You can ask the questions. You can say, hey, like, I'm a little nervous about this and I don't know what I'm doing. Can you help me? Like, what the fuck? It's fun to be like that, to go back and learn something new, because that's what really changes your life. So many of you just continue to only do the things you know, which are ultimately patterns, and ultimately don't really even build your life up, because you're a composite of what you do, your habits, your rituals, and your behaviors, your thoughts. Even add that in there. You are a composite. So if your circumstances, like, I'm tired of life, I'm tired of my job, I'm tired of being broke, I'm tired of fucking being unhealthy, I'm tired of feeling like shit, I'm tired of bad relationships, I'm tired of being abused, I'm tired of this, I'm tired of that, I'm tired of not having no energy, I'm tired of being tired. Right? It's like, come on now. What is going to spring you into action? What's going to give you the courage and the boldness to ask for fucking help? Because clearly you can't do it on your own. And it's okay. The greatest gift from God is life, and the second is connection. And if you're not willing to connect with someone else to try and help you, right, then yes, you're just going to stay stuck, and weeks will become months and months will become years, and you're going to still be fucking on this life path and feeling that when you look back, all you're going to have is regret for what you could have done, what you should have done, and what you didn't do. And it's going to suck. That shit is going to eat so many motherfuckers alive, is the regret, right? Because you're going to get to a place in your life, if you don't just get fucking snapped up quick from a tornado or whatever the fuck, there's a gazillion things looking to kill you every day, right? This is a game of life and death. And if you don't just age, right, age out, right, in the old folks home, right, then maybe that's a blessing for you, right? Maybe you did earn something in this life that got you fucking deleted quick so that you can come back and figure it out next time. Do anybody believe that? I kind of do. I kind of do, man. If you don't wake up and get into an awakening state of being, a living, where it's not just about you. However, you have to really heal self, because from your healed self, then you can really live an abundant life and pour into others, right? And love others for the right reasons, not always with strings attached, right? Because I'm old school, man. Like, we used to do shit just to do shit. But in this new day and age, it's like everything got to have a string attached to it, right? I'll do this for you, but now you got to do that for me. And it's like, I don't come from that mindset. So when I do shit, it freaks people out, and they're like, okay, well, what do you expect? And it's like, nah, man, that's just, there you go. There you go. It's old school, man. Just helping people out. It'll come back around, right? Just showing kindness, just being generous, right? Like, it comes back around, and I don't need it to come from the person that I do the generosity or the act of kindness to, right? It happens a lot when I go serve on these disasters, right? But it happens just even in the day-to-day life of when I'm being generous or kind to someone else. I don't need that person to return it. Sometimes it is nice when you give someone a smile, they give you a smile back, right? And it's returned, and then that's it. It's not like, oh, I smiled at you because I want to go have sex. Like, no, man, it's just smiling. Fuck. Everything is like, we're so fucking shallow nowadays. Everything's got to be with a hook attached. And that's not my mindset. I'm old school like that. So we just did shit to do shit. There's nothing wrong with that. Knowing that it comes back, not from that person, just from Creator, right? God, the Father in heaven, right? The Father's going to pay me back. The Father will pay you back. And it's not with a fucking sledgehammer over the head, right? But it is time to wake the fuck up. And it is time to start figuring out, how numb do you go? What are you running from, right? What are you running from emotionally, psychologically, right? Mentally speaking, what are you running from that you can't sit there when you are triggered or stressed or something's going on that you, and again, it's an impulse to go and do something, right? Fill in the blank, whatever your thing is. And I catch myself, right? When I want that fucking sugar, that sugar rush that leaves me feeling like shit. And I'm grateful because I haven't. Ever since that day, I told you guys, very transparent. On that trip down to Arizona, I had all that fucking candy. I said, fuck this, man. I don't need this shit. I'm gonna stop. I can do this because I have processed so many other emotions and overcome so many other addictions, which are really just, right, self-medicating habits that I have allowed myself to do what? To get numb, right? To avoid pain, right? That I haven't gone to the candy in a couple weeks now. That feels good. That feels really good now that I really think about it, right? I've had some sweets. Yeah, I might have had like a vegan almond something. It was delish. But it's the processed, right? It's going to the processed sweets. It's the bags of fucking candy, man. That's the shit that's been getting me. Yeah. even the junk food, right? Like chips and all that. I haven't been doing that either. So I'm improving still to this day. It doesn't, like, I've been hearing it doesn't end, but I don't know if I believe. I don't know if I don't know if I want to start speaking that into the healing process. I just think that I'm going to stay open-ended on it, and I'm just going to keep showing up every day, trying to be the better version of myself. I know who I was yesterday. I have life today. I'm going to keep slaying shit. I'm going to keep living life. I'm going to keep staying alert for when there's opportunities for me to be a bigger version of myself, a better version of myself, a healthier version of myself, right? A more secure, more abundant version of myself, right? So that I can continue to build that momentum and allow for that to even come in, so that I get more and more and more opportunities to share, to be generous, and to make a difference in this world. Because that's the bigger version. That's the biggest vision that I have. It's not me just making a difference, right, in my life. Right. I have a desire to make a difference in the lives of millions upon millions upon millions upon millions of people around this world. Right. To be someone that can go around, shine the light, rattle the cage, right, shake the spirit, to wake motherfuckers up, to say, guess what? Your best life is now, and you can do incredible things. But you got to believe you can do incredible things. You got to believe that you're not over the hill, that life's not over at 30, life's not over at 40, life's not over at 50 or 60 or 70. That there are people in advanced ages in their lives that are doing incredible things. Go to the gym. If you ain't been to the gym, go to a gym. Just even get a tour. Just say, hey, I'm thinking about getting a membership. Can I walk around? Go look at some of these people, man, in their 60s, 70s, 80s. They look amazing. They still look hot. I want to be there. They're doing something right. They look at me and they're all impressed with me and shit. And I'm like, nah, man, I'm impressed with you. Because from my age to your age, I still got 20, 30 years of showing the fuck up and getting shit done. Maintaining a healthy body, healthy mind, active life, right? I'm climbing up mountains. I see fucking old timers up there. They're all, damn, dude, look at you, man, with your backpack. I'm like, nah, man, you're up here doing this shit. How old are you? 72? Holy shit. If I can get there, I'm winning at life, right? So if you think that life has passed you by, guess what? You're right. But you can change. You can edit that and say, a lot of life has passed me by. You've even maybe wasted some life. Why don't you admit that? Why don't you embrace that piece, right? That you've wasted life, that you've squandered opportunity. It's okay. That doesn't mean you're out of opportunity. That doesn't mean you're out of life. You can still, right, rebuild something or even build something even greater than before. It doesn't matter if time has passed you by. It doesn't matter what age you are. It doesn't matter what your circumstances are. Because in any of those, you get an opportunity to do something that's never been done. And that's a beautiful fucking thing. It's beautiful when you can do something that's never been done, right? Because you're going to inspire someone else to do something that they've never done, right? Why don't you take on that challenge? To be something, to do something that's never been done, so that way you can trailblaze for someone else behind you, next to you, right, around you, to be inspired, to be awakened to saying, holy shit, if they could do it, I wonder if I could do it, right? And then that person does it. It's a ripple, guys. It's a ripple. And we got to start embracing this positive life. But it starts right here in our minds. How do we live our day, right? What is our true intentions? What are our true desires? What do you love? What do you hate? What do you want? And why? None of that shit's going to happen unless you go and spring into action. Come up with a motherfucking plan. Because you know the drill. Results kill excuses. It's all on me.